If this life hasn't given you everything you thought it might, come on in, you're in the right place tonight.
Hello and welcome to Kate's Kitchen. Today I've got a very special guest, my niece Carly from out of town. She's from Athens, Georgia. Hi. And she's going to help us make quiche this morning for breakfast. I've been spoiling you pretty good. Have I been feeding you pretty good? Oh yeah. And so she wanted quiche for breakfast. We're going to make a healthier version of asparagus, tomato, and turkey bacon quiche. I'm also going to give you some tips on how to make it even healthier. Today we're going to go kind of pseudo-healthy, but there's ways to make it even healthier for you if you want to. So come on in and let's get started. So why did we choose these particular ingredients for the quiche? If you remember the other night when we went shopping for dinner, we were going to have filet mignon with asparagus, and I said let's just go ahead and steam the extra asparagus because I'm sure that we'll use it soon. Right. Knowing that we had the turkey bacon, I figured, okay, Sunday morning for brunch we can make a quiche, and I'm already thinking in my head, how am I going to use my leftovers? Using leftovers helps you to maximize your food budget. And that's something that I'm always thinking of, the flavor profiles, the combinations of things. So we have a leftover tomato from the other night's dinner from the salad. So tomato and asparagus and turkey bacon, great flavor profile. We've got some extra goat cheese from the salad that we made, so a little goat cheese to make the quiche creamy, and sharp cheddar because, again, I mean, how can you go wrong with sharp cheddar, right? So that's how we selected this particular quiche.
Can you use pretty much any cheeses that you want to use, or are there any that you would stay away from?
You can use pretty much any cheese that you want. You're going to go with a thicker base like the sharp cheddar, a Colby, a Monterey Jack, a Swiss cheese, something that's got a firm body that melts nicely. I try to stay with lower fat cheeses and shredded cheeses and cheeses that are lower in sodium because every ingredient that we have has a lot of sodium in it, so you've got to be real careful when you're building that flavor profile that you also don't want to over exceed your sodium limit.
Right.
I love quiche because it's so versatile. You can take whatever you've got in the refrigerator and pretty much throw it in the quiche. So if you like mushrooms or onions, spinach is great, kale is great for a nice, healthy, hearty quiche. Turkey bacon, sausage, turkey sausage, whatever kind of meat that you want. The cheese can be varied. It really is a very versatile thing. We are doing a typical pie crust quiche today, which is not necessarily the most healthy in the world, but we've made the quiche a little healthier. You can even make it healthier by making it a crustless quiche. And you know what that would be called?
That's a frittata?
That's right. It's an Italian omelet, and it's basically the same thing as a quiche, the same ingredients, but you don't have a pie crust. You cook it maybe just a little bit different, and it depends on if you're doing it for individual or a group. You just start with whichever kind of pastry dough that you normally would use for a crust, and I'm just pinching my thumbs together to create a kind of a nice edge. And then you're going to just take your knife and gently just let the weight of the dough bring itself off as you trim it around the sides. Then we're just going to take some egg white and wash the inside of the crust all the way around and on the bottom. This is to keep the egg from the quiche and all of the ingredients from saturating and making our pie crust real doughy. We're going to make it flaky by using this process. You want the asparagus chopped. After it's been steamed, you want it in about 1-inch long pieces. And we're going to dice up a little bit of our fresh tomato. And then we've already cooked the turkey bacon. I'm just going to slice it lengthwise into about 1/4-inch strips. Four or 5 fresh basil leaves. I just roll them together and give them a chiffonade. and then throw it in with some of the thyme leaves and give it just a rough chop. So, have you ever cooked with chia gel before?
I haven't.
Chia gel, and I had you make this earlier. How hard was that to make?
It was very easy.
Yeah, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, the black chia seeds, with 1 cup of water. Shake it, let it sit for a minute, shake it again, use a nice little airtight container, put it in the refrigerator, and it's good to go. And it can last in your refrigerator up to 2 weeks. And what I do is substitute it for the egg. We're going to substitute it for 1 egg in this quiche recipe because, as we know, eggs are high in cholesterol. We want to cut back a little bit on the fat and the cholesterol. So to make this recipe a little healthier, we're going to substitute chia gel for 1 egg. So I'm going to have Carly, my assistant here, go ahead and fill a 1/4 cup of chia gel and add it to the 2 eggs that we've already got. And then you just scramble them up just like you normally would. So now Carly's just going to assemble. Start with the bacon, and you just sprinkle that in the bottom of your pastry crust that's already prepared. Next is the asparagus. Again, she's going to put equal portions in each. We don't want to get over halfway with our vegetables and cheeses because of the egg. And next is the tomato. Same process, just half in each, sprinkling it around, try to fill in the gaps a little bit. Hit those with a little bit of cracked black pepper. We're not using any salt in this because we've already got ingredients that have a lot of sodium in it. And then hit it with those fresh herbs that we've chopped up. Again, just being even, sprinkle it around the top on both. And next will be the cheese. We've got the sharp cheddar, the 2% low sodium. It's already pre-grated, and then we're going to use the goat cheese. Last but not least, just give the eggs another quick whisk and then just pour it slowly, half into each one. It will seep down a little bit in between. Do it in a circular motion like Carly is, and look how that seeps right down in there. So now they're ready to go in the oven. We've preheated the oven to 400 degrees. Because these are individual pies, we're going to check them in about 25 minutes, but they're probably going to take about 30 minutes. You wait until the egg is just set, and then you're going to take them out and let them cool, and they will set a little bit even further once they come out of the oven. Are you getting hungry?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get these bad boys in the oven so that we can get to eating.
Sounds good.
Okay. Now the best part, we get to try to eat it. You get the first bite. Go ahead, girl.
All right.
It's got a nice consistency to it. Don't burn yourself.
Perfect. I love goat cheese so much, and there's just the right amount. It's all creamy, and the turkey bacon is perfect. It's all amazing.
Good. Cool. So what'd you think?
It was awesome.
Yeah? Tasted good?
It was so good.
That with the nice berries on the side makes a perfect breakfast. It was less than 400 calories, and we kept the sodium under 700 milligrams, even though we had turkey bacon and things that are typically high in sodium. So we were very careful about that. And if you do it sans crust, it's going to be even better on the fat scale. So I think we did a pretty good job. Did you learn anything today?
Oh yeah, I learned that chia gel can be used as a substitute for some of your eggs or oil or butter, and that quiches are very versatile. You can, just use what you have on hand in your refrigerator and put together something really fun, easy, and very tasty.
And amazing, right?
Yes.
So that's nice to be able to help stretch your budget. You're using ingredients that are leftovers. You're using ingredients that you would normally have on hand. You don't have to go out and buy anything fancy, and yet it's very, very tasty. So, plus it was pretty quick.
Yeah.
So that wraps up our episode of Kate's Kitchen. I want to thank you, Carly. You've got a quiche to cook.
Mwah.
There. That's the nice thing about quiche, is you get the quiche at the end. So Come on back next time and we'll see what's cooking.